As we practice writing each character, you will hear the terms stop, release, brush up. Stop means stopping the pen at the end of the stroke. Release means releasing the pen at the end of the stroke. And brush up means brushing off the pen at the end of the stroke. And there will also be numbers in each character indicating stroke order like this that you can follow while practicing. So for example, when you write a, you can follow the numbers and practice it. So let me start by reading each character first, and you can actually repeat after me in a loud voice so you can also get used to the sound of each character. Okay? A, I, U, E, O, A, I, U, E, O. So the first character we're going to study is the character A. A. Okay, so right now I want you to use your imagination and find a capital letter A inside this character. Okay, so to those who have found it, congratulations, you just made your first ever mnemonics for the hiragana character. So this is the capital letter A that I was talking about. So whenever you see this character here with a capital letter A inside, it means this character is read as A. So moving on to practice writing. So first, a horizontal line, and this part is stop, and then a slightly curved downward stroke, then again stop, and then draw like an oblong shape slowly, then release. Okay, so this is release, then stop and stop. Okay, so again, I want you to write it slowly and practice more to give your hand a chance to get used to each strokes. So this part should stick out. It should not be inside that oblong or rounded shape, okay? So our next character is E. E. So how can we remember properly the character E? So if this is the I, as you can see, it actually resembles each other, right? Like it has two parts. Just imagine that this bigger part is the left part, and the dot is actually the right part of the character. So just imagine that the dot fell onto the right side. Okay, so that's how we remember the character E. So let's proceed on how it's written. So just curve line and brush up, and a smaller line. Okay, so this part is brush up. It's just like you're drawing a check mark. Okay, and this is stop. Okay. So the next character is the character U. U. So how can we memorize U? So as you can see in this character, it looks like a human ear. Can you see a human ear here? And whenever we hear a loud noise or anything unfamiliar, we say, "Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that noise?" Right? So let's make that as mnemonics, that whenever we hear something loud, we say, "Ooh." But you know what, guys? Before, when I was also an absolute beginner like you, I memorized it just like the character, the alphabet U, the resting alphabet U, if that makes sense. Like it's slanted or it's rested on the side, kind of U. So that's the easiest for me to remember it before, and from then on I couldn't forget it. So it depends on you and how what's best for you, then you go for it, okay? So how do we write the character U? So first is a slanted short line, and then a slightly slanted upward stroke, continued downward, then release. So this is stop, this is release, and don't forget the space in between those two parts. Okay? That's easy. So again, first part and second part. Okay? So continue practicing. So our next character is the character E. E. So this character actually resembles the alphabet letter Z. So yeah, can you see a letter Z in this character like that? So actually this character is quite difficult one to remember, so we're gonna make it EZ. So how do you read this character? E. So easy. Okay? So whenever you see a character that looks like letter Z, just remember the word easy, okay? Just add letter E in front of it, which is read as E, and remember the word E-Z, easy, right? So I bet you won't forget that character if you use that mnemonics, because I myself used that too, and I memorized it effectively. So now let's proceed to writing. So it has two parts. The first one is a slanted short line, and then the second part is like you're writing a letter Z, but with a twist on the last part. As you can see, it's not perfect, but I bet it's fine. It's okay. Meanwhile, this part here is stop, also stop, and oh, please don't forget that there is space in between those parts, okay? So I don't think we can get this all at once. That is why we need to have constant practice until we get our desired results, okay? So our next character is O. O. So I'm gonna draw a little orange out of this character so we can remember this O character, okay? So imagine this being cute little orange with a stem and a leaf in it. Okay, you know, the typical cute little orange that we see, right? So we can use that as mnemonics for this. Just imagine that this character is an orange. So now let's proceed to practice writing. Okay, so first a horizontal line and then a vertical line. But the vertical line should not be placed in the middle. Okay, it should be a little bit on the right part of the horizontal line. Okay, so it's a continuous downward stroke. And now draw a little circle and then release. And then a small line. Okay, so make sure that everything is balanced. So for example, inside this box, all the sides should be equal. Okay, so again, let's practice. I recommend that you do it so slowly while practicing. Okay, so this part here is stop, stop, and release. So just remember the character O is an orange.